The following program is rated TV MAL, TV MALS, TV MALSV. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Can I talk to you about something?
I just had sex. I'm about to eat.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Bullshit. I am your host, Justin Proper, and with us with me today is, of course, as always, the lovely Reina Creole.
Hi, everyone.
Returning, we have Wes Moody of the Wes Moody webcast.
Hey, folks, I'm waving too, and I'm doing the Brady Bunch pointing. Just take my word for it.
And also returning with us after his long trip to Orlando, visiting some of the folks from Geeks and Gamers, we got Culture Casino.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back, man. Did you have a good time?
Thank you. Oh, it was fantastic. Yeah, like I was saying when we were talking earlier, the G&G crew, they're wonderful people. Don't let Justin fool you. They're great.
Yeah, don't go based off about how I am, how I behave, and of course, as always, one of my good friends here over on the channel. We got our dick from the UK, Richard. Richard, how are you today?
Hello. I need to specify something before we begin. The title card that you posted said mature audiences. That's because we're not, so we need you to be.
Or don't.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, make up for our insanity. Speaking of you lovely folks in the chat, let's say hello to some of you. We got Trapper Mike from Entertainment and Star Wars, Rob's channel, his streams. He's I love making fun of him in the chat. He's awesome. Thank you, Mike, for coming today. Jensen Miner says, "What up, say? What up, say to you? I guess." Nice to see you here, man. I don't think I've seen you around before, so welcome. Jeremy Coleman says, "Cleveland over Detroit." I agree, 100%. And if you want to go see that Ohio versus Michigan debate, it's over on John Talks' channel. I actually got a recommendation for it in my feed. Like I was on it. I was there.
It was awesome. Justin did a great job.
I have to ask a question, Justin.
Yes.
I've heard some feedback now because I haven't had an opportunity to experience the entire stream, and I will go back and watch that on John's channel. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like you did well. Is that true?
I lost, but I did pretty well, I guess. But I lost like Rocky lost. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right, okay.
And were people saying I did terrible?
No, I heard through the grapevine, and I being a Buckeyes fan, I expected gusto.
It's so okay. We won the sports category.
Oh, good. Well, that wouldn't have been hard. I mean, it's John Talks.
I'll be. John actually made a pretty good showing.
Really?
Yes.
In sports?
Yes. I'll be honest.
I missed it. Unfortunately, I just got to know if Detroit having a higher murder rate is why Michigan won. Is that was
no?
Going on?
He pulled a fast one and brought up Charles Manson.
Oh
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. John won.
It is
good.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I love John to pieces. I love you to pieces, and it's all in good fun. So I'm excited. I can't wait to watch it. So that's this evening's viewing.
It was pretty good.
I get to watch that and Mando Merck's one of Mando Merck's coverage today of the Xbox. So I've got two things tonight before I pass out. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the Xbox One was great.
Yeah,
nice.
But
all
yeah,
right.
I'll admit that Michigan versus Ohio debate was insane. I can definitely say the judges were not biased because half the time the outcomes felt as random as all hell.
Yeah.
It was a lot of discussion in the judges' booth and arguments in the judges' booth in a good way.
All right. Well, anyways, you can go check that out on John Talks' channel. It was a very fun debate, and I hope that there are other debates much like that. I've been hearing. I posted some suggestions over on my Twitter feed. One of them that keeps getting brought up is Texas versus Florida. Do you think that would be a fair match? I think that might be pretty good.
That's where most people seem to be that live in states with income taxes or crappy states like mine seem to be the two choices they're thinking about.
Right.
Unless it's like a wild card like Idaho, but I know nothing about Idaho.
I mean, eventually we can go global with it. We can do Britain versus France or America versus Russia.
America versus Russia? Oh, that's easy. Americans win. That's
Britain versus France. You know the Brits are going to win, right?
By the way, thank you, Culture Casino, for I can only imagine is a Doomacorn. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, man.
France might win in the cheese and wine category, though.
We'll see. Well, and Wes, thank you as well for the super chat. Twibs is my favorite YouTube show. Thank you.
I know, right?
Thank you, Wes Moody. You don't have to do that in culture. You don't have to do that, but I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's say hello to the rest of the chat before we get started here. Jeremy 5 Russia approved. It says hail, Jeremy 5. Nice to see you here.
That's interesting because he looks like a bot.
Coincidence? Shadzar says, okay, first time being in a live from Justin. It better be worth the 3 cans of Beanie Weenie I bought for it. What's Beanie Weenie?
You can buy that in a can. It's beans and hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is certainly going to be an interesting show for you. So you will not be disappointed. Oh, shut up, Richard. Stop laughing. Runner Studio says, about to eat nachos. What's up, Runner? How you doing, man? Good to see you as always. Crazy Eye Jedi says, hello, everyone. Well, hello, Crazy Eye Jedi. It's good to see you here. Is Richard a... That's a good question.
It depends on what day of the week it is.
Oh, my God. I haven't seen this for Blow Me One Kenobi.
That is definitely a new one. I have not seen that one before.
That's a good one. I love it.
Welcome.
Karen Prime is back. Hello there.
Hey, Karen.
Karen Prime.
Karen.
Karen is amazing. I love Karen. Wookie Ascendancy says, hey, Proper. Hey, Wookie. Nice to see you, man. Very great to have you here. Brian says Florida is better than Ohio. That's not the debate. So, I mean, they do have Disney World. So, but then again,
yeah, but that's not necessarily a good thing these days.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
There's other things, but
yes, there are. Nick McCabe is here as well. Sup? How you doing, man? It says Hail Culture Casino, not anyone else. That's okay. Oh no, he did say it earlier. My bad. My bad. And Sam says, hi everybody, how's it going? Good vibes. Good vibes to you, Sam. I think it's going pretty well. We're about to start with the first segment in just a second. Me 82. What's up, man? It's been a while, Kay. Can't stay around, but big up Justin and the panel. Big up, is that a British term, Richard?
I don't know anymore.
That is the Caribbean.
You've never heard about big ups? Big ups, yo.
We spent so much time intermingling.
You hear it on UK urban radio.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Big up to you too. All right. I think that's about everyone so far. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody, but let's get to the first story. So fans are hyped about a report claiming Donald Glover is in talks for a Lando Calrissian Star Wars series. This came from our good friend Noah Outlaw. If you remember him, I didn't have time to clip it, but basically a while ago, he looked very, very stoned in this video. He was just like, you're part of the fandom menace. Go fuck yourself. That's exactly how he said it, but that's the guy here. Oh my goodness. No, he doesn't have nice things to say about people there, but I think he's fine. I think he's fine. I don't hate you, Noah. But anyways, he was talking to he was talking to I guess this guy. He's someone from Kessel Run Radio or something. They're pro Disney Star Wars. They like the films. That's cool. And then these no.
He doesn't look the same without the slave Leia outfit and the collar on.
I know.
I don't recognize him without it.
I have to wonder how devoting your entire channel or content to Star Wars is doing right now. Can't be that good for business.
Right. Right. So the current source of all this is the team behind Kessel Run Transmissions. They said, so we've heard that Donald Glover is coming back as Lando in his own series. This is significant among fans because Jeremy Conrad over at Star Wars Unity points out the Kessel Run Transmissions team previously bagged a scoop related to the Bad Batch ahead of the formal Lucasfilm announcement. Still the latest Glover report, which further claims the Solo star has signed on or is close to doing so, but hasn't been confirmed. They do have, it's actually true, these guys do have close connections to Lucasfilm. But then Grace Randolph chimes in. He says, I reported that Donald Glover will be back as Lando way back on April 10th.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And people are saying, yes, he's gonna have his own series, his own Disney Plus series, and there's even speculation of whether or not Billy D. Williams will also be reprising his role. I'm not sure about that, but I'm just curious. So what your thoughts are all on it? I personally don't really care. I'm fine with it. I actually was cool with Donald Glover in Solo. I didn't like the romance with the robot or anything like that. That was a little weird. I didn't like that. I didn't like what John Kasdan was pushing for that. So if we're getting more of the Pando Lando, I'm not. No thanks. I'm good. I'm out. I don't want any part of it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
I do not care. I mean, I really don't at this point. And again, it's like show announcements pretty much are like a dime a dozen when it comes to Disney Plus. But I at the point right now where Star Wars is, I could care less if this happens or if it doesn't happen. No offense with Donald Glover. He's okay. I love him as Troy in Community. He did an okay job in Solo. I freaking hated that movie, but that's just me. And I want my $2 and my loyalty points back for seeing Solo. I do. And then I saw The Last Jedi and that was worse. But I am just not hyped for this. And I'm just not. I'm honestly more interested in seeing what happens with the Bad Batch if that actually shows up than a Lando Calrissian series.
It'd be easier to social distance with animation, I'd say.
Well, they haven't cared about social distancing these past 2 months.
Is that, how do you mean?
I guess Lando, I guess it's easier to socially distance with a robot if that's what's happening. I guess that'd be safe sex, maybe.
God, I can't freaking stand that storyline. That's not what Lando was about.
Thank you, Stone Cold Jeremy, for the super chat. He says, memoirs from the basement. Justin cracked open the window today. I was able to get a 1-inch tan line on my arm. Summer is officially here. It's actually raining outside, so I don't know how you got that. Just open the window when it's raining. It just floods the basement.
I'm getting Harrison Ford flashbacks.
Oh, with stealing Solo. Oh my God! Yeah, I agree, Will.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone really cares, to be honest.
Yeah,
no,
I'm over it. I'm Star Wars. It's just there's just nothing but apathy at this point. I'd really need to be knocked out by something, and them touching the original trilogy characters, just like leave it alone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, failing upwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Except Solo lost money. Shadzar, Solo comes on TV for the first time on Sunday. Should I bother?
No.
Nope. Isn't it on Disney Plus already?
It's on Disney Plus. I refuse to put myself through that again. No.
It's not worth it.
You shouldn't bother unless you want to be bored and annoyed at the same time.
That's a great question.
Not.
All of our franchises seem to be having these super cringe moments, and for me in Solo, the cringe moment was when he got his name. Han, what? You're alone, solo. Like what?
Han,
And then Lando being a
Solo.
robot fucker, that was kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I don't think it deserves
sorry,
as much
language.
outrage as it got, but it still wasn't that great. It was pretty mediocre.
It was
Bad storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
bad story elements, bad writing, bad acting, and bad special effects. So I overall I thought ultimately everything, almost all elements were bad, and the music was good.
I don't even remember the music.
I don't either. I just remember looking at my watch a whole lot.
T
Which is
plus
not good in the movie.
Yeah, but here's I always try to find something good. But I have no interest in Pando. I don't. Again, this is all part of normalizing something that was largely looked at as not necessarily okay. That storyline anyway. And they're trying to do that with every different element. I mean, and that's okay. I mean, if that's the path you want to go down and you want to try to normalize some behaviors that are questionable to others, that's your business. But doing it in a Star Wars property I'm not interested in that. And as far as the television program goes, this one's unlikely to get made. I expect the animation to be done. I think the Bad Batch animation will be done.
Mm-hmm.
I expect that to be made. I do not expect this show to come to fruition. I think it's going to be stuck in a development hole.
Well, actually, I was just curious about that. Does the article mention whether the series, if it's a series, I forget already because it's that boring. Is the series live action or is it going to be another animated thing? Because if it's an animated thing, they could do it in theory with Donald Glover just running around doing voiceovers.
No.
I don't want to see them touch the OT characters.
No
Too
more.
late.
Yeah.
They haven't
And I
said
think-
anything about what format. They've just pretty much said that they're getting Donald Glover.
Grace-
I'm sorry, Culture. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. It's just Grace had specifically said in her thing that he was reprising his role. To me, that means live action.
Yeah.
But I guess it could be in an animated format. But here's the problem: they've announced 11 things they haven't made yet.
Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that they're trying to do that because the third quarter earnings
11?
call is in another week.
August 4th.
August 4th.
I'll be
Oh,
on
wow.
again,
Yeah,
and you and I can throw rocks at people while we're there.
We're gonna have to do that. Goodness gracious.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could attend those meetings.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's up on the Walt Disney Company's website.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then, clue me in. Get me in there. I'd love to. I'd love to casually check it out. Karen Prime says, "Well, I have so many good ideas."
Very, very true. Very true. Many good ideas.
They did it. Okay, memes of destruction. What if they did it like Arnold Palmer, half and half, like half Billy D. Williams, half Donald Glover?
Okay, and
No.
I've heard somebody theorize, but I heard something along these lines earlier today, and that would be an over narration, like in How I Met Your Mother, where Billy D kind of does his thing at the beginning of an episode or the end of an episode to summarize the story that we just experienced. And go ahead, please, Richard.
I was just going to say, I think, honestly, that would piss me off more than anything else. Because Lando is Billy D's character. It's been stolen out from under him. So it would basically be making Lando not even a cameo, the real Lando, not even a cameo, a voiceover in his own show, in what should be his own show.
Yeah,
I'm with
Agree with
Richard
you.
on that.
Yeah. Well, and I'm with Wes when he says he doesn't want to see original characters get trod on some more. I'm done with that.
Yeah, come up with something new.
Yeah, no, it's just like with the second season of The Mandalorian. They're throwing Boba Fett in there.
You have no idea what's about to happen.
I'm not. I gotta.
When we get real close to that thing coming out, I might be allowed to tell some people what's happening. There's going to be. I can't talk about it now. I cannot talk. I really have to be careful. But I can tell you that you are not going to be very happy about the Boba Fett storyline at all. I don't think anyone, even the people they're trying to give some love to, I don't think anybody's going to be happy with what's going to happen.
Wait, in the Mandalorian?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be happy with I don't think you're going to be happy with any of these cameo characters that are coming back. The only person that'll be intriguing is the same group of people that went to prison, trying to break into the prison.
Oh, they're
yeah.
Those will be the only. Yeah, exactly. That'll be the only storyline that I think will be good. Although I always forget his name. I can tell you, Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, and I love his name because it's a great name. Cannot remember it for the life of me. I love his name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
I like him.
He's going to be pretty cool for a little bit in Mandalorian. That's all I can say for now. But
if memory serves, wasn't Ahsoka and a lot of the Rebels characters slated to come back for season 3?
Well, Ahsoka will be there. They're okay. And to what capacity and in what way these characters will appear will also not be what you think.
Is it more subverting expectations and
I think
trying to be surprising and
I'm just saying, yeah, I'm going to say there are going to be things that people will be deeply upset about. That's all I'm going to say.
And I believe it because there's so many of these extra characters, starting with Boba Fett, that they're trying to shoehorn into season 2, which makes me think you're not confident in the world building that you did with season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Lower Decks.
Oh God, Lower Decks so bad.
Not this
so
again.
bad. Look, I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. I'm so angry. It's not even funny.
We will get into. We could talk about some of it. Did you guys? You guys saw Gary's live stream, the stream with the the virtual San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh gosh! No.
Yeah.
Dude, I was with.
You mean the
all right. You know what?
Man.
First off, before we get started here, I just want to say I haven't seen anything from the Comic-Con crap. I have no interest in it. There's no interactions with any of the panelists. They're all pre-recorded. All this baloney. Like I don't care. I didn't care when I was in California to go to San Diego Comic-Con, and I don't care now. No interest in it. It was.
Would you like me to summarize it in a sentence?
Well, hold on a second. I just also want to be clear. It wasn't that I want to rephrase that. It's not that I didn't have any interest in it. It's that it was kind of expensive. I had to get a hotel and just crap like that. It's just not something that I was particularly interested in last year. There was nothing that really caught my eye. Apparently, Comic-Con is an amazing event to attend. Just not for me, I guess. Even worse if it's virtual. It's just that just is so unappealing. I have just no thanks. Anyways.
Yeah, Richard and I caught Nerdrotic's Mirror stream.
Yeah, I did too.
And Lorena was there as well. And we'll tell you one thing. Patrick Stewart, man, I don't think he's going to last too much longer. He did not look well at all.
He looked rough.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's lasted as long as he has.
I mean, I thought he was going to keel over. I really did. Yeah, awful.
He didn't look that good. Let's see.
And he was like, "Call me Sir Pat Stew."
Somebody called him SPS or something. I want
to
smack
her. That's what it was. P Stew.
He looked.
Oh, they called him. Yeah, they called him SPS, and he said, "Call me P Stew," or something like that.
He looked like he was 120.
They could not have.
He did.
They could not have slurped his butt more, and it was so funny listening to Az and Gary say that out loud. I'm like, yeah, they have their nose. They had their noses buried deep
in there.
So we were all there.
Yeah,
it's the only reason that anybody would watch that show was Patrick Stewart, and he's ready to keel over.
Trust me, if you've ever seen Patrick Stewart at a convention, don't watch this. Do not.
Well, I'd say Patrick Stewart isn't even a decent reason to watch it because he's an out-and-out confessed crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Okay. Well, he doesn't look that bad here, but maybe
Oh, you should have seen it. You should have seen. He was well, he's having a lot of
you
senior
got
moments.
to see it. It's just like somebody must have been giving him enough meds before he started the stream, and it was just
his meds were kicking in.
Yeah, but just enough to barely get him through this. It was not good.
As soon as he started talking, all the life was just gone.
Yeah. No passion whatsoever.
Wow, that's very concerning.
It was literally watching an old man at the end of his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was sad.
And that's no exaggeration on Rich's part at all.
No.
I'm wondering what the chat thought about it. I mean, this sounds now. I kind of oh my god, Peace too. He really
and then I think I may do a rewatch of that tonight. I don't know if anybody's interested in joining. Yeah,
I might have to check it out now because I mean, look,
I got the Queen's Council. More than that, I'd love to.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably be like 4 hours from now, something like that.
Okay.
Oh wow!
It is very cringe. It's very cringy, and then it's like outraging because they don't talk about the show; they just talk about their agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Well, they've been doing that since Discovery started.
Oh, not as much as they. Yeah, I mean they have, but I mean
it's like out there in full display. Because here's the thing: unlike at a regular bog standard convention, you have audience that's there and feedback. And at least I hope they still do this. You can get up and ask them questions. So the audience presence is very heavy there, which makes them kind of check themselves of how much crazy that they let out. But being virtual, it's all out there. It's all out there. They don't have the audience that can, ask them questions. There's a chat, but hey, there's probably people filtering that. The audience isn't there. That's forcing them to.
It was a live discussion that was pre-recorded and edited as badly as Brie Larson's first video.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I was going to summarize it earlier on.
Very choppy.
Oh, okay. I looked it up. Wookiee ascendancy. It's true. Okay.
Hey.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe you.
Hey.
The Washington announced his temporary new name after retiring the controversial logo and symbol. They are changed their name from the Washington Redskins to the Washington Football Team. It's called. They're going to go by the Washington Football Team.
That's lame as hell.
That's about the saddest name for a team.
Can I just say something to Wookiee ascendancy a minute?
Oh God.
Wow.
Can I just say something? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not our fault. Blame the droids. You're thinking the wrong franchise anyway.
He says, I don't trust Trekkies, and I never will. I can never forgive them for the death of my son.
It wasn't our fault. Blame the.
I don't get it.
Droids.
I don't get it.
It's Kirk.
J.J. Abrams.
No, it's Kirk after what was his Commander Krug's men kills his son, and then in Star Trek 6.
Yeah, yes, Nick, that's probably
Klingons are pushed to the brink.
Wow. Well, I don't really know too much about that, but yeah, it seems like people are kind of upset with Patrick Stewart. They're like, "Oh man, now that makes me depressed." Now I don't. Washington Brook.
Yeah, the swamp, the Washington swamp things.
Washington potatoes. That
I do like that.
The Washington football team.
The Washington graft. The Washington. It was just a suicide.
The Washington Clinton assassins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, those are the FedEx drivers.
Oh my God! All right.
Wow. Sorry.
Any other comments on the Comic-Con thing? Like, what else am I missing? What else happened on Gary's channel that, like, in the Comic-Con thing? Was it mostly the Star Trek stuff that he was covering, or
didn't he break down what Kurtzman was saying? And
Yeah,
that's
he
what-
did. And, yeah,
Yes, Alex Kurtman. He's created all of these crappy,
messy things.
yeah, like Lower Decks, brilliant. Discovery, brilliant. Picard, excellent. Give him a raise.
Sheer fucking hubris.
Yes.
What did he say?
J.J. Abrams, right-hand man, in action.
Yeah. Secret Hideout's very bad. No, but here's the problem. He got rid of Orsi. If it was still K&O Paper writing this stuff, at least it would be good writing. But sorry, it just he's bad news, and he's been bad for every single property that he's touched, just like JJ. Only here's the problem: the first thing that you see from him, it doesn't seem that bad. It's when you start to stack up the giant mounds of used toilet paper that they all seem like they should have been flushed long ago. And that's what the Star Trek universe has turned into under this guy. And you're right.
Well, it's just like JJ as well.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're the human centipede of creativity, with Steven Spielberg being at the front, and then J.J. Abrams being in the middle, and Alex Kurtzman being at the back end of the human centipede of creativity.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Stone Cold Jeremy says the Washington monuments, they get destroyed every game.
Yeah, that was what made me chuckle a couple minutes ago.
Dang it.
It's a little close to home.
That's so terrible.
It's true.
Speaking of a human centipede, speaking of human centipede, shout out to Cecil, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my
Real
God.
Cecil.
So, that's something that we got to talk about just for a second. What happened with Cecil's book, Dynamite Comics came out with a statement. I actually wasn't about to talk about it, but I'm going to now because it just didn't make any damn sense to me. I'm still kind of scratching my head about this. So Dynamite Comics, I guess they were the publisher who was going to publish Cecil's book. He says, in speaking with Cecil, neither one of us realized the cover would be so polarizing. We discussed and are not moving forward with the cover or the campaign, says Nick Baruchi, and CEO and publisher of Dynamite. Nicholas, okay, does anyone have the cover up at the moment?
I don't
Oh,
have it
darn.
up, but
No,
I've seen
I was supposed to
and
do that.
it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it would help
That
to
new-
get that
that new-
reference.
That new cover's looking pretty hot.
Let's see. I think.
yeah,
this
I mean-
is it.
I'll admit that my reaction from this whole deal was there's no point in getting in business with the industry, because even if they seem to be good right now, they're just going to stab us in the back instantly.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
so I
Fucking, fucking starve them and build up from scratch.
so was this it?
Yeah,
That was
That
it.
was-
That
that
was the
was it.
controversial cover.
that was the cover. Was the cover. I mean, I don't know if they were
Have-
offended by Cecil's hairy leg. I don't get that.
It wasn't even the cover itself. It was because of something Cecil wrote in his book.
Really?
That's crazy.
I don't
And-
understand that.
And on top of that, from what I understand, because one person on Twitter decided that they hated Comicsgate and the Comicsgate were racist, phobist, whatever, used their protected class to go run and scream to other more prominent SJWs to collaborate to get that kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, Adam Shawhan? Nice to see you here. Nick says the comic book industry needs to go the way of Red Bull. Someone needs to pull rank and start firing those who do not have the industry's best interest at heart.
For sure, but no one's got the balls.
It
No.
seems like the independents are the way to go. Like I want to, granted, I'm not a comics person, but here are the names that comes to mind. It's like Alterna.
The Vampirelli cover
Yeah.
did not get canceled.
Yeah, Peter Cimetti. Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Cimetti. That's the way I think it needs to go, because I don't see Marvel or DC turning around at this point. I don't see it. I don't see it. They just need to burn to the ground.
It's honestly, it's it's everybody, and it literally just affects like what like this is like just kind of reminds me of just we go back to things like Gamergate or things like that where there's just these movements where it's really just about it's just it seems like it's more about censorship, which I'm confused by, because 20 years ago, it was more of the right was the party of censorship, or the Christian conservatives were saying, "Oh no, this is inappropriate. You can't say these naughty words. You can't use this language. You can't say that. These jokes are bad, whatever." And now the left is doing the same thing, but they're trying to do it they're trying to be virtuous. They're trying to have it be more about like a greater cause or a greater good. And I don't understand where this asinine thought process comes from. It's just sad to me.
I think part of it is they want the right to not be offended.
Right.
And that's ridiculous.
It is so dumb.
Yes, I saw the Vampirella cover. Not my
cool.
style, but I love the art. And that's why I'm like anxious to see what Anna's next project is gonna.
Right. I just want to say, at a base level, the people who weren't in power wanted the power. And they got rid of everybody they could in order to keep the tenuous power they had. That's the basic aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's agenda driven. They don't want to have to compete. They want to.
All this virtual
their truth is they believe an objective fact rather than subjective and just one opinion among many. And
it would be.
Go ahead, CC.
No. I'm sorry. Thought you were done. Keep going, please.
Oh, okay. So rather than they want to believe that their worldview is an objective fact or an objective set of facts, when in fact it's subjective and subject to scrutiny, and it's opinion based, and it should be challenged. And unlike, rather than either changing their opinion or finding a better way to defend their positions or their ideology, they have to shut people down, and that just shows how weak they are as individuals and how weak their arguments are. That's why they have to do whisper networks and canceling and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Right.
Go ahead.
No. You're right. I mean, but it's here. I would imagine that right now, if you wanted to get into any business, it should be publishing comics, because you will have zero competition. You can allow your artists to create the things that they want. You can allow them to have a voice and not censor it. And if the mob comes after somebody like me, or somebody who does that, just wave it off. Who cares? It's friggin' Twitter. It's like 2% bunch of just complete morons.
Yeah.
So just let it go.
Yeah, if you learn how to just ignore the mob, then you'll be fine, and you're actually you have more of a chance to succeed. Actually,
you make a lot more money.
Right. That, and you'll have at the very least you'll have a lot more respect, I guess. Like I always go back to Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is a perfect example that doesn't only just make fun of political correctness, it actually does everything that all of these other shows, they try to promote diversity. It is a very diverse cast, but they don't do it in damn microphone.
There you go.
They don't do it in a way where it disrespects the characters that were already created. They don't disrespect their legacy. They kind of they have flaws, but it makes sense because they were already there previously, and you can expand on that and how they behave as adults. You're interested in the new characters because the older characters that's what we want to know about first, and they addressed them first. They did everything right, and they poke fun at all of these silly SJW not mannerisms, but kind of the characteristics that all of these different shows will have.
Proper muted again.
Mike,
stop smacking your microphone.
Unplug and replug.
Damn it.
There you go.
No.
Try rebooting. Nope.
But
Nope.
Carry on. I'll be right back.
All right.
I mean, the state of the industry on the whole, it's the same across the board. The
Yeah.
people in charge either believe this. Well, I don't even think it's. There's one of three options. One, they want to be in the in crowd, so they preach all this virtuous crap in order to get in. Two, they genuinely believe it, which is entirely possible in a couple of cases, sure, but I don't think it's likely. Or they're just afraid that they're going to be, well, they're going to have their shit burned down, like seems to be happening all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And demonetized.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put the cover up there for you guys.
I
You
am
didn't see
never
the
going to
Cecil
unsee
Pede?
that.
It's the Cecil Pede.
Oh God.
It's a variant cover.
They didn't even complain about that.
No, that never made it out into the world.
No.
I mean, that's up there as a variant cover, but I don't know.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
It is one of the. Oh my God. That is fantastic. That is the most beautiful. I want to see the uncensored one.
Yeah,
really do.
no.
I don't think I want to see the uncensored.
I do. I love it.
It was good enough
Sorry.
for me.
What?
Oh my
Hey
god.
Nina, how you doing?
Hey, Nina.
It's intended to protect identities if they don't want to be out there. So
Okay.
the actual thing is uncensored. So
Yeah. Anyway, I thought everybody would appreciate the Cecil Pede, so there you go.
Oh
That
yeah,
was-
definitely.
That was fantastic.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, it's just sad that they. I mean, I didn't know. I actually was about to back it too. I don't know what they're going to do with it now. Are they going to go with a different publisher? Before I ask that question though, thank you, Stone Cold Jeremy for the super chat again. Like, dude, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much. He says it has become a war of attrition.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay, a war of attrition. I am sabotaging his efforts from the base.
I know about wars of attrition.
Thank you, Stone Cold
As
Jeremy.
Stone Cold Jeremy might know, I know about wars
Shut
of
up down there. Be quiet. I'm doing the show. Rob, thank you, Rob. Entertainment and Star Wars. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says,
Hey,
"Great
Rob.
panel. Justin rules." Well, you rule, Rob, and this panel rules, and the chat rules. You're all breathtaking. You're all amazing.
No, you're breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking. Thank you.
Our chat is
You know,
awesome.
you didn't have to do that again with the Doomacorn. I love the Doomacorn. The Doomacorns are fun. I appreciate it. Nina says, I think they should have put Anna as the head of.
Actually, the it was a raffle or something to decide who was actually put at the head of the Cecil Pede, and I think that's actually the artist who's actually the head of the Cecil Pede. So I guess it's one way to stop yourself from eating shit.
I guess so.
No, the deal with Cecil's comic book, from what I can see, it's no longer being published by Dynamite, but Cecil's comic's still going ahead on Indiegogo with a new cover, which is better because it's not bound to any crap.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go and back it, It looks pretty hot.
Yeah, I actually can't wait for that. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Speaking of which, of comic books, Jeff over at World Class Bullshitters, he gave me a copy of the new Stealing Solo. It's a revised edition. Actually has a back cover this time, which is great, and much better condition. So look forward to that. Everyone who backed Stealing Solo is going to get another copy, plus all of the bonus stuff that you all had requested the first time around. So I just wanted to put that out there. So yeah, what did Mike say? Why are artists these days? Are just followers and snakes? Like, yeah, that's actually a great question.
I wouldn't say they all are.
Because everybody else,
but
the mainline ones, yes, because everybody else has been pushed out of the industry by them.
Huh.
But even then, even in the independent crowd, not everybody's going to be a good person. That's
okay.
It's not fair. It's life, to borrow a line from Captain Picard.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh yeah. What was that from? Peak Performance? Is that the episode?
Something like that.
Hey Rob, how you doing, man? Thanks
Hey,
for joining
Rob.
us.
Hey, what's
Rob.
up? How's everybody?
Good.
We're doing great. Well, welcome. We're actually just about to we're about to talk about
I have Justin.
what was that?
Wait, I've got to do the quote that I think that Richard was talking about.
Yeah.
It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not what is it?
That is not fair.
That is not fair. That is life. Yeah, I think I did. That was my best Picard. Hopefully it was okay.
That's not true, Michael Brandt. They're just they have a crossover with the merchandise. They're putting out merchandise like that that kind of crossover. So they have a like an Autobot that turns into a DeLorean. That's basically what it's going to be. Not a movie. So don't get worried about that. Mike is spamming the chat. Be careful. Be careful. The mobs. The mobs.
The mod mob.
The mods. The mod. Oh my god.
Bob's back.
Damn it.
Yeah, I can't hear Justin.
Improper.
There you go.
Oh,
I have a wrench and I know how to use it.
You got mobbed.
Right.
It's funny. I can hear everybody but Justin. It's weird.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
I'll have to hear him on my stream. I don't know how it's like.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear Justin. I can hear you guys.
Are you
Oh,
on your
all right.
phone?
Well, it doesn't matter about Justin. Just talk to us.
Yeah.
Rob, I'm going to ask on.
Can you hear me now?
Hang on, Justin. Rob, I'm going to ask honestly. Are you fucking with Justin, or can you actually not hear him?
Oh no, I can't hear him. Seriously.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear him.
Sometimes that happens on the phone in StreamYards. You won't be able to hear certain people. It's weird.
What?
It's weird.
How about now?
It's weird. Like I could hear all of you but Justin. I don't understand. Should I try again?
Yeah.
I'll translate into
You're
British
right.
for him.
Do you know
Okay.
sign language, Justin?
All I know is like
Hold on, I'll have to put the stream on, and I'll.
I
Just have
know how
put
to
it
say
low,
my
that's all.
name. My name's Justin. I just kind of fumbled that there. Like your name, what? That's pretty much it. And I that's literally how
See,
they sign.
yeah.
That's what how you ask someone's name. So,
See-
but I probably can't really translate it.
Is timeout the same in sign language?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Makini
what I-
90, Machina 90. Excuse me. I have to get used to that now.
No,
Machini. Machini.
Yeah, it's Machini. It really is Machini.
Oh, wait a minute. Since he's on, I have to show you something.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So that's the art
Beautiful.
that he did for me. Finally colored and everything.
Oh, wait.
Awesome.
Wait.
Oh wow! And
Yeah.
thank you for the super sticker, Machina, and
Nice,
thank you for
nice.
making this lovely portrait of Lorena. It looks great. You got the hair down perfect.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Everything.
Nice.
So
Good
I
job.
This is a Machini shirt of Mary Mayhem.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah. I got this. I didn't wash it, or I'd be wearing it. That's what I told Machini earlier today. But
Wait,
check that out.
Teespring shop, right?
Hang on.
Yeah,
Hang on.
it's awesome.
Okay, cool.
That's Mary. I couldn't tell. It doesn't have the dolphin
Yeah.
head.
Oh, sorry.
nice.
Yeah, no dolphin head on this.
Oh, Sam. Thank you, man. Sam. Thank you, Sam McCade, for the 30 Australian. I says have some money. Koala hugs for
All
everyone.
hugs for everyone.
Hey,
Koala hugs for you too. And
Wow, nice.
you can.
you guys
can-
are amazing.
we'll
Thanks,
take the
man.
money, but you can keep those koala hugs. Those things are nasty.
Oh,
No,
koalas
koalas are great.
cute.
Oh,
They
come
eat
on.
eucalyptus leaves and whatnot.
Yeah, they probably don't have bad BO if they're eating eucalyptus all the time.
Yeah. That's some strong smelling stuff.
Well, thank you very much, Sam. Thank you, Machina. I really appreciate it. Now, what is this? What is this Culture Casino?
That is from the Ghost of Tsushima kerfuffle, and they're very angry that this game is getting such a positive reception in Japan. You know, all the virtue signaling white folks over here are very pissed off that, you know, a company here made a game about people in Japan, and the people in Japan are loving the game. It's a very interesting thing, and I don't know if you're interested in it at all, but it was a link that was provided in the chat, and it's a pretty interesting story. So, but this game is amazing.
I'm confused.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
But so I heard the game is off
what
the
do
chain.
they say? Like, it doesn't make sense. I really love it when Asian Americans raise serious concerns on an issue and white people go behind our backs to Asia to ask Asians in Asia what they think instead of actually asking us.
So what's the concern that they're raising?
I don't understand.
The quote unquote virtuous and virtue signaling folks that are the Asian Americans here are irritated because we're stealing their clout, because the Japanese people love this video game. It's sold out. They actually had to produce more physical copies of the game that just released in Japan. And there are other markets where it's selling out and it's hard to get a hold of as well. So they're encouraging people to go to the digital market to get it. So but of course nowadays we don't trust the digital market anymore because things can be censored. So everybody wants a physical copy of stuff. So it's nuts. But this is, it was Kotaku. And
that tweet is BS.
Yeah. Stay tuned. I'm going to interview Germans on what they think of keeping monuments to historical racists and fascists up.
Do they still have them?
Not really equivalent. Make?
What?
This is just a beautiful kerfuffle, and it's not my fault. This is the chat's fault, and I like to respond to the chat. So, but I was like,
we love everybody in the chat, but I noticed that there was something that somebody had said. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about sending links. You really can't do that on YouTube. I can make you an approved user instead of a mod, where you could do everything that a mod can do except for time people out and stuff. So, it has to be approved first. So that's all you need to do. And if we trust you,
time you out.
Yeah, no, we haven't had to do that for a while. And do not challenge us. If you ask, I might do that. But God, no, Jeremy, no, not the Cleveland Redskins. He's been doing this the entire time.
You muted yourself.
So
again.
this Tony Choi guy kind of seems like I don't know, a gatekeeper.
Seems like it, because when you throw up the whole Germans and statues to races, usually people are virtue signaling when they're bringing that crap up.
It did.
Don't talk to anyone else but me because I'm approved. Don't ask anyone else for the opinion because their opinion is wrong and my opinion is right.
Can I ask a boneheaded question here about this game? From the gameplay that I have seen, this game takes place in feudal Japan.
It does.
So why the heck would Asian Americans need to freak out about this? Your folks were back there then.
Exactly. You have no say. Your clout doesn't mean anything here. Be gone. Which before someone drops a house on you too.
Wow.
Just stupid.
Well, at any rate, I'd like to go on to this. Oh my God, this is going to be one of the last main stories. Then we're going to go on to our dishonorable mentions, and then we shall conclude. But before we do that, I want to get Rob's opinion on this first, because he hasn't had time to really talk too much with us today. So first up, oh my God, Nick.
Justin wants your opinion on something. Rob, can you hear him?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening, but there's a little delay.
Nick McKay, thank you for the super chat, man. You don't have to do
that. I can hear him through the phone, so go ahead.
Just in case the stream gets pulled, thank you. I don't think I don't know if we have to worry about that. I haven't, knock on wood, I've never had to deal with it yet. I've never had a video blocked worldwide on
So I'm a little
another
behind.
account I had, but
That
that was for
koala-
good reasons. But
I'm just gonna say that koala looks a bit weird on StreamYard. It looks more like a wombat.
oh wow.
But look at it.
Anyways,
Pull it back up.
All I
Pull it
can
back up.
see is the
Look at
private
it.
chat. I can't see anything else. That's weird.
Anyway, so I just want to talk about this this lovely story that came out. New products inspired by Star Wars Galaxy's Edge are coming soon to Target stores and Target.com. So they have an exclusive deal from Galaxy's Edge, which is very well received by all Star Wars fans and casuals fans in both Orlando and in Anaheim. Of course, at Disney World and Disneyland. Let's just see some of the Galaxy's Edge merchandise items that you can buy. A Funko. What the fuck is this? I don't even know what that is.
It's not going to sully my shelf back there.
Oh,
Nah.
look. Okay, I recognize that. The Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. Okay, all right, cool. You get a little
All right.
Chewie toy. You get, I don't know who the fuck that
That'll
is.
sell.
That
That'll
looks
sell.
like Predator
Yeah.
or something. What the hell is this? And
That's
you have
Hon-
It is.
that's
Yeah.
Hondo.
Yeah, it looks like.
is that
Hondo.
is that
Yeah,
Han?
that's Hondo.
That's Hondo.
Okay.
Hondo.
Who the hell's Hondo?
That
He's the
Annoying
creature they had to introduce. He's the creature they had to introduce so they could have the Smuggler's Run attraction.
It's
He-
Predator. And there's Porks. Porgs, whatever. Fuck it.
Hondo was the tentacle face alien
Yes.
pirate from Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had
so
the-
I'm just
Okay, that's
oh,
why
so
I
I'm
don't
just
know who he is.
so
He
I'm
had
just
the
being an
little,
asshole here.
Hondo
I didn't know who
Onaka.
it was.
Which is strange.
Hondo Onaka.
Yes.
Hondo,
Yeah, if you didn't see the
Holdo.
cartoons, you wouldn't know.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't watch Rebels and I didn't watch Clone Wars.
I
so.
didn't either, and it's all been spoiled for me, so I don't even know if I'd. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Then you have not BB-8, whatever the fuck that is.
What the
A
hell's
red
that?
stormtrooper. Oh, a red
Orange
stormtrooper.
BB-8?
Oh, okay.
No.
That okay.
It's-
I like
it's-
that.
Captain Cardinal. Who the
like
fuck?
that.
Captain Cardinal?
Freaking know.
Wow,
Captain
creative!
who?
How creative, Captain or do Cardinals exist in the Star Wars universe? I don't think
Captain.
Was he in the George Lucas cut?
so. I don't know.
It's
I don't
funny.
even I don't even
guess-
remember them in. I don't remember. I barely remember them in the Rise
These
of
could be just
Skywalker.
made up characters that they made for Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, they pretty much are. There's the DJ that I remember from. But here's the
That's
thing,
the
though.
guy who used to
Cape.
pilot Star Tours.
That's DJ
until
Rex.
They put
Yep.
3PO in it.
That's
That
DJ
and
Rex.
he works at a bar in the cantina. Wow, great career choice. This Lego thing as well that I just don't even recognize, don't give a shit about.
Like got a Fallout
okay.
4.
And that's about it.
That's it.
I just want to say is that Captain Cardinal. Look at it. It's literally just a repainted Phasma
Yeah, it's a red stormtrooper.
with a cloak
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
the
just
exact- and
zoomed
the
past
exact-
it. Wow.
and the exact
There we go.
same blaster. I think.
And the cape and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So they
Can
just
you go-
so they gender
Can
swapped.
you go back to that red droid?
Yeah, sure. So they gender swapped Captain Phasma. That's great. So this droid,
So much for the Force's female, right?
right,
I thought-
Rob? Oh yeah.
Not the BB-8 one. The one above it.
Up above the power droid look or the R5 unit. That looks like an R5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
It's
is.
like an R2D2 R4
R5 unit pop.
mix, I guess. I don't know.
Look, here's my problem. Just go to World Class Bullshitters and go to oh my God, Runner Studio says it's a ripoff of Wally.
Wally. Wally.
Oh my God. You know what?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Let me.
This
You know
stuff is gonna sit. I'm sorry, Justin. Go ahead.
All right, Runner's already a mod. Okay, good. I see. Okay, now you have officially earned your mod status. You get to keep it now. I don't get to just remove it. So yeah, that's the one thing. Like if you say something really, really funny that makes everyone laugh, you can be a moderator, even if it's temporary. I'm sure everyone on the panel is also a mod, right?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Cool.
But
All
I
right.
have really good hair, and so does Lorena. So
Oh
it goes
yeah,
without-
Yeah, I am.
I gotta work on my whatever.
I have hair, but nobody can see.
Oh well, yeah, it's blonde. You look like what?
Yeah, let's not talk about my hair.
I've actually been.
It's okay, Rob. We love you.
To go blonder. If you've seen Exaggeration Nation's tweet, he just went blonde.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
let's be honest. Wes and Culture Casino kind of look like brothers.
No.
Think about it.
No,
Well,
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't look anything like my older brother, so.
Oh wait, Nina isn't. I gotta
Well,
make
they're
you
both
an
hiding, so it's hard to tell.
approved user. I don't want too many mods in here, so Nina, you can be an approved user after the show. So you can basically do everything. Actually, you know what, Nina? Fuck it. I'm making you a mod.
Whoa. F-bomb.
Yep.
Watch your
I
language,
don't,
young
I
man.
don't give a shit. I can swear. Anyway, so back to the Galaxy's Edge thing. Look, let's just think about it. Just use a little common sense for a second. Anybody who's watched any of World Class Bullshitters videos or has done a little bit of research on the merchandise and the toys for Star Wars has known that in the last 5 years, there has just been a complete tanking of Star Wars merchandise in terms of sales. Toys R Us is now non-existent anymore, partially because of that.
And he just muted himself.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, he did? Because I'm
all-
behind.
I will give you with one caveat to that. The toys, the Star Wars toys that are selling, you know, that 40th anniversary toy series they had out for The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
People were swiping that stuff off the shelves at Target.
Mhm.
You
Right.
couldn't, you had people circling, trying to find it, asking team members where that stuff was. Those toys went. These toys are going to sit on the shelf. I don't see them going anywhere.
I mean, besides maybe the Falcon, or maybe because the red guard is a little different with a cape. I don't know about anything else there. I mean, that's those two I would see maybe as the biggest sellers, but obviously
Yeah.
anything else.
It's even less creative than the clone trooper sort of rank identifiers.
Yeah, it's
It's the one officer per
Yeah.
million stormtroopers. So let's just give them a cake.
I'm sorry, I can't point right there. But yeah, like the shirt that Culture Casino has that. But speaking of the Millennium Falcon, Funko has a Millennium Falcon out with like a mini Han Solo that goes with it. So it's almost like a competing product. But yeah, I see your point. I can see people looking at the Millennium Falcon. I can see people looking at the Red Stormtrooper. The rest of it is just. Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna say something, and this is just informational. Target and Disney made a partnership a while ago, and they expanded upon that partnership at the D23 Expo, which was in California last summer. And they promoted the idea of putting Disney stores instead of building actual Disney stores, but putting Disney stores into the Targets. And so they started out this test program with about 40 stores nationwide and a few internationally that would house essentially all Disney aisles that would carry park products and stuff like that normally would be exclusively for parks. To me, this is merely an expansion of that same concept. Okay, but the problem is that the Disney products have been sitting on the shelves in those stores for months.
Well, that's
And-
kind of the point where I kind of wanted to, chime in there and just kind of explain, like, look, since they have gone, since the merchandise has gone down the tubes for the last 5 years, these with the new movies, which should have been selling out, like, I don't know, they say like they sold like hotcakes. I don't even know what hotcakes are, which is a stupid analogy. Anyway, they sold very well. Very well. This is a great campaign that's been going on since the 70s when the first movie came out. Merchandise has just been so successful, and then they just completely plummeted because people didn't like the movies. But those are characters at least most people recognized. Most people got it. A lot of casual fans who haven't been to Disney World or Disneyland in a while, they don't even know what Galaxy's Edge is.
Nope.
A lot of casual fans, and they're like, "What the hell is this shit?" I mean, like, I don't understand. This should be for Star Wars fans or whoever's left. I get that, but people are probably going to buy the Millennium Falcon. They're probably going to buy. Maybe it's questionable at the very least with the Red Stormtrooper, Captain Cardinal.
Yes.
Very creative. But look, nobody knows who these characters are. They don't know what this is. Like, they're just like, what the fuck is this? At least people know who Rey was. Then people barely knew who Rose Tico was. Rose Tico was just in a dollar bit. It was for $1. Like, in
Rose Tico.
It was available at Dollar General. That's how terribly they sold. I've seen it with my own eyes, man. And why do you think this is it was Disney, great idea. Very smart to partner with a specific chain. That's how you can get at least some of your money back. Like, okay, like they buy out like all of these merchandise. Target is gonna get screwed. So screwed. They're getting it kind of reminds me of when Best Buy bought all of the bought like 10 million copies of Guns N' Roses' last album, came out 12 years ago, Chinese Democracy.
I remember that.
Only sold about 1 million, and they were in the bargain bin for like $5. And plus, everyone already heard the tracks like a year or two before. So, yeah, how do you think this is gonna go? What kind of foolish decision by whoever was in charge of this? They clearly just they fucked up. They fucked up, and they should have done their research before just making this blind deal with Star Wars. Star Wars should have went to Walmart, for Christ's sake. Walmart can come back. Target, I'm not sure anymore. Rest in peace, Target. That's just my opinion. I think it's a stupid idea. Thoughts? Anyone else want to chime in? Oh, by the way, Shadzar says, sea cow titty milk will be available at Walmart.
I mean...
Well, I've got an opinion on this. You're probably not going to like it.
Go ahead, you say, and I want to say after.
That's good.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't thrown Ahsoka Tano into this and at Galaxy's Edge, because at this point, Ahsoka is... at this point, I try to be honest on this stream, even if it's not a good thing. Right?
Good.
I'm surprised they haven't thrown Ahsoka out, because at this point, Ahsoka is essentially Lucasfilm's whore whenever they need any sort of positive attention.
Oh, fuck!
That's where I thought he was going, and I'm going to agree 100%.
Well, okay. Remember, this is supposed to be Galaxy's Edge. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell things from it itself. So if you've been there, like I've been there, so I recognize that one droid who you said was with C-3PO and it was Star Tours. I do recognize that droid. So maybe it's those people who have been there will recognize them and say, oh man, I couldn't get them there and they were more expensive there, but now I could purchase them here and it's cheap. I mean, again, I'm just saying this is maybe their thought. Again, it's all Galaxy's Edge stuff. It's not the total galaxy of Star Wars. That's what they're trying to do here. I don't know if this is going to be successful at all. It's probably just going to be like the other crap. But, like I said, I think the Red Cardinal, guy and the Falcon will probably go. Maybe a little bit. The third place will be that other robot from Star Tours, because people will recognize that guy. Even if before Galaxy's Edge came out, I knew right away who that was. But that's it. That's all I see. That's my opinion. I don't see the rest. I have no idea what the hell it is.
Well, you also have to take into consideration casual fans. Like, what are the normies going to buy?
No casuals. No casuals are going to know this. And unless their kids watch the animated series, they're not going to know who Hondo is. And the only thing that's
I don't know who Hondo is.
I didn't know who the freak
Well, I put up the animatronic version of Hondo in the share just so you can see.
Oh, and I heard Hondo, and I'm like, wasn't that a Western?
Oh, there we go.
So that's Hondo Onaka. That probably one of the most advanced Sarkos animatronic figures that Disney's ever possessed. They have
from
4 of them.
Rise of the Resistance. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is the actual.
It's like
go ahead.
Predator had a real human face. Wow.
You kind of really, yeah. Wow. And again, I mean, overall, it's an impressive animatronic, but there not enough people have seen them. Number one, Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland was a ghost town when it opened, and then when it did start to get crowds, the seasons backed up, and then we ran into the train that we're on right now. And so you haven't had a bunch of people through Galaxy's Edge. So you're not going to sell this merchandise. There's nobody to sell it to. The people who went to... Go ahead.
Yeah, and they call it trading post. Like it's supposed to be...
Black Spire? Yeah, Black Spire Trading Post. Yeah. Yeah, it was a bad idea. I mean, if Lorraine and I have had this discussion on many channels now, and we can educate the world on what this was supposed to be versus what we got.
By the way, real quick, Nina says normies will buy Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is the best IP since the sequel trilogy began, and I haven't even watched Mandalorian, and I got me some Baby Yoda shirts.
Baby Yoda was flying off the shelves at Target, and I think I put a picture on Twitter this couple weeks ago. It was just like an empty Baby Yoda container. Someone had just like taken Baby Yoda. By the way, if you want a Baby Yoda, you want one of those plastic ones that they were selling with the cardboard box bottom thing that those there. Want one of those? Yeah, with the ear weirdness. Yeah, if you want that, there's a billion of them at Hollywood Studios at Disney at the theme parks. There's a billion and there's a billion of them at the theme park store outside the what do you call it? What is it at Disney
World of Disney and Disney Springs? Yeah, and there's 500 million of them at Mouse Gear. I mean, if you're looking for that thing, they're there. So yeah, Mouse Gear at Epcot is a travesty. So don't get me started on the theme park stuff. Let's so sticking with Galaxy's Edge.
We'll save it. We'll save it for the park hopping streams.
Yeah. If I ever get invited on one. But anyway, just kidding.
Well, you were already on a stream in person. I know. You met Jay and you met Tugs. I still haven't met them yet. I've been wanting to meet Jay for 2 years.
Is as cute. Tugs is as cute as you imagine. Tugs is the cutest thing in the world. Just saying.
Well, you know what, Culture? You and I got to get together and do a live stream. We do.
Yeah, but Galaxy's Edge, nobody knows it. That's the whole point. And Justin, you're 100% right. Just feeding into what you said. Nobody knows this place. It didn't exist. It doesn't exist anywhere in anybody's zeitgeist because
what the fuck is Bot 2? Like no one. Like you have to do research on this goddamn thing before before you even go into the park. Otherwise you don't understand why like Ray's running around and shit, and she only talked to like one little girl on the YouTube channel and shit. Like she just runs away. Like it shoves people out of the way. Like, sorry, I gotta run. Chewie's follow shit like that. We don't know what's going on. What the fuck is this?
Well, it's not typical Disney in the way that it's set up because there's a backstory for everywhere. And they even come up with convoluted backstories for Disney Springs. Before Pleasure Island, which existed prior, that actually had a good backstory, but there was a convoluted one for everything. Well, this one, the backstory was going to also be supported by all this interactivity that they didn't put in the park. And like I said, this place is so vacant, just absent the merchandise, that I don't know how people are going to come in contact with any of this merchandise and have any affinity for it or have any emotional attachment to it because they haven't seen it. And even if you do see it, I don't know how you get an attachment to the stuff that you do see. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Right.
I was going to say what they messed up with, because you were talking about Baby Yoda before, and I didn't want to interrupt anybody. When Baby Yoda came out, everybody wanted one, and Christmas was right around the corner. And they held off because they're like, oh, we want to hold off on this because we didn't want to give any spoilers away. But doing that, okay, you didn't give any spoilers away, and that's great. But what you did was you lost all that merchandise and sales. Everybody wanted a dang Baby Yoda, whether it was a T-shirt or something. And it took so long for it to come out. And I think that was a big, big mistake on their part. If they knew this, if they knew this Baby Yoda thing was going to be real, they should have had the Mandalorian at an earlier date. And they should have released it earlier. So this way, come Christmas time, they could have made a ton of sales. And that's where they made another mistake. They just really don't know what they're doing.
But the reason they made that mistake, Rob, and I know you'll probably agree with this statement, is because they had a bunch of vendors that had just gotten their asses kicked sales-wise because they made a bunch of product they couldn't sell, which is why we all love watching Jeff at World Class Bullshitters do his toy videos showing off the a giant amount of crap that they can't sell that has the word Star Wars on it.
And that
So
music
it's just
is so funny.
oh, dude.
No, you're right. You're right. You're totally right about that. And
Does anyone else have any?
I think they're
Go
scared.
ahead.
I think that's what it comes down to is they're just totally scared with everything. They're scared to put out a movie. They're scared to announce the next trilogy. They're scared because they're like, oh my God, if this fails, if that fails. But you can't be scared. That's the problem. You have to take that risk. If you're going to succeed, you got to take the risk.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say they're test marketing on Twitter. Every single announcement is a test balloon. I know Lorena knows that because we both kind of think the same way.
Yeah, I mean they really are, but they fail to realize that that's just an easy thing to do. You don't really get a grasp on how anybody really feels because Twitter's not the real world. They don't represent everybody.
No.
And so they're kind of missing out. They just kind of have to do something. That just do it. Don't test it on Twitter. If you keep testing it on Twitter, you're going to keep getting failure after failure after failure. That's what it's just.
Maybe if each of them set up 6 accounts on Twitter and tweet out the exact same stuff at them, maybe then they'll start listening to us.
Maybe. I doubt it.
Disney or specify it as Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm should be scared because they fucked up that badly.
Yeah,
they did. But at this point, if you're testing the waters, you could listen. There's people on YouTube. They say that they're watching YouTubers. So then listen to what the people are telling you. Listen to what people want. And if we're practically telling them what we want. I mean, we can't make it any more clear than that. When they said, hey, we want the Snyder Cut. We want the Snyder Cut. Now they're giving the Snyder Cut. If you give the people what they want, they'll come back. It's that simple. Just give them the movie they want and you know what? Once you appease the crowd and you get them back, you'll get it. You won't be as scared anymore. Now you'll be able to take that risk. But they're not doing that.
But they would have to actually admit that they effed up. And that's the problem. Getting Disney to admit that they screwed up.
Look,
that's a tough one to have them do.
And you're exactly right, and you know exactly why they cannot back down on this intersexual feminism junk that they have put first and foremost across all of their properties. They have all these people parroting the same points. I mean, it doesn't. And Richard is, Richard's not afraid to call it what it is, which is this ridiculous virtue signaling that it's just, I don't know. It's offensive because they think we're that stupid. Is it arrogance? What is it?
I think it's both. I think
it's cheap.
Yeah, it's absolutely arrogance. It's absolute stupidity. It's obliviousness. Just they don't know how to connect with the real world anymore. I think at one point Disney was able to reach people on a more fundamental level.
Muted again.
Going back to some of their older cartoons, their older movies, you had that sense of there were universal messages that were there and that you could understand. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where you have to kind of understand that they can do that. They have the ability to do it. So why not try to utilize a universal message with all of their other properties? Because they always tend to screw up the properties that they get. They don't always screw up the properties that they already own. So I don't understand. Like maybe these properties just aren't for Disney. They have the money to do it, but they just need a different team of people.
I think they just wanted to get it so they can get it. A prime example is the Muppets, and I'm actually working on a video now about the trailer. They have had that IP for years, have done nothing with it. The 4D ride, that video is that film. I'm supposed to say film because that's what it is. It is so degraded. It's a freaking embarrassment.
Really, the Muppet Vision?
Muppet Vision. Oh yeah, that film has vastly degraded.
I don't think so. I disagree. Jim Henson approved.
He approved. When I say degraded, I mean the quality of the film. The actual physical media. That's what I mean. Because it still gets people. I love going. But one of the hardest things to see is over the years, you see just the quality of the physical media just dying, to the fact that I actually got a survey from Disney about that. And that was the primary thing that I said, is that they need to update the film because the whole storyline is perfect, but the film is degrading and they need to either go to digital or they need to fix it because it's horrible. But like with the Muppets, they've hardly done anything with that IP.
You're right. I mean, they had a couple of movies. They had a show on ABC that people found offensive and bullshit like that. I thought it was a funny show. I thought it was awesome. But then they did nothing afterwards.
They didn't.
And I agree. So we're going to wrap up pretty soon. But first, we're going to give you guys some dishonorable mentions. These are some of the stories that we have found throughout the week. First off, this clip, we're going to start out from Yeezy himself, who we talked about, I think, last week or the week before, Kanye 2020. This is one of his speeches, if you guys are ready for it. So
South Carolina.
I'm never ready for it. But
What's up with the bulletproof vest?
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
We leaving right now. Yes, 100%. Because let's just be honest. Yeah, of course, because Harriet Tubman did nothing for black people. Clearly, no, nothing at all, Kanye. So thank you for your intellect there. Oh my God. Also, we have a California teen launches a petition calling on Trader Joe's to change their racist packaging, which, if you even notice here, I didn't at first. They use things like Trader Jose's taco shells. It cites Trader Ming's, the grocery chain's label for its Chinese products, Arabian Joe for its Middle Eastern products, Trader Jose for their Mexican products. And of course, it's a teenager that is trying to get this petition because honestly, if you just look at it, you won't ever notice it. Oh my God, Shadster says, dishonorable mention, Justin claims Princess Bride movie is garbage. I never said that. I said it was overrated. I am not under the nostalgic feels like everybody else is. So
where's the improper button?
No.
Hit that.
I refuse. Not yet. In Maine, a man saws his neighbor's garage in half amid boundary dispute. And it really happened. He actually did it. Wow. Hasn't this been on... I remember this on That 70s Show. It's been on like this. I'm sure The Simpsons has had it at some point.
Oh my God.
But this is like, I feel like I'm living in a cartoon right now. This is ridiculous.
We are living in a cartoon right now. That's been the world for the past 4 years.
Yeah, so he literally cut his neighbor's garage in half.
Wow.
We're living in a cartoon run by the characters.
That is some cartoon crap right there.
Oh my God.
I don't believe I'm seeing that. That's oh my God.
Wow.
My whole freezer is racist. Oh wow. Cancel Justin. Looks like it will be a good movie debate. I would debate The Never-Ending Story first. That's a garbage film.
You know, come to think of it, Lorena, you make a good point. I'm thinking about it now, and my freezer is full of white meat. I'm somewhat concerned.
That's funny. Okay.
Wait a second. If you go to Costco and you get like Kirkland brand Mexican food or something, does that mean that Kirkland is culturally appropriating? So confused.
Oh, it's culturally appropriating everything. Beer, water, everything. It's just whatever. Jesus. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Also, so speaking of improper, man who forged his own death certificate to avoid jail is given away by a typo. And as you can see here, This is to certify that the above is correctly copied from a record on file in my office. Certified copy not valid unless there is... Oh, wait, no, it wasn't there. Excuse me, it was up here. New Jersey Department of Health, Office of Vital Statistics and Registry. Registry.
Whoops.
Yep. Whoopsies.
Improper.
There you go.
I'll be honest.
I'd like to hear the story behind why he decided to fake his own death.
Because he had robbed I don't know, he stole a car. He stole a Lexus, and he was going to get a year in jail. So that's why.
It?
Yep.
That's it?
Pretty much.
Man.
Wow.
I know. Quite sad now that you think about it. But yeah. You
Coming
shouldn't.
soon, the Ghislaine Maxwell faked death certificate.
That's unbelievable.
Yep. You can blame, in the meantime, you can blame the New Jersey Department of Health, Office of Vital Statistics, and Registry for
cause of death, suicide. He couldn't come up with something better than that.
Apparently not.
to be honest, he should have said he faked his death because he had evidence that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
That would have been a real death.
Right.
But then he would have faked his death so they didn't come looking for him.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of Darwin Award winners, the Louisiana governor announces a 3-day fast in prayer due to virus outbreak. Sir, how the fuck is not eating and praying going to help with COVID-19? It's just, I'm going to call for 3 days of fasting and prayer for our state. You're not.
Well, hopefully it'll help me find bacon at the grocery store finally.
Whatever.
I'm not going to ding him for that.
You know what?
Maybe he wanted to save money.
I don't know.
I'm not going to ding him for that.
I don't care. I think it's ridiculous, though.
It could have been a good thing. He might have wanted to put the land whales on diet.
Do you think
okay, we know Louisiana is a fat state, okay? But no, I'm not knocking fasting and prayer. No.
You can prayer. You can prayer.
Now, if that's all that they're doing and they're not, washing hands and sanitizing and wearing masks and crap like that, that's just stupid. But
yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it. I think it's just dumb. That's the interpretation I got. We also have a Michigan woman arrested for allegedly trying to hire a hitman to kill her ex-husband from a website called www.rentahitman.com.
Okay, that was her first mistake.
I think.
Why didn't she just sue him? That would have been cheaper and easier.
Not as dramatic, though. I think
it wouldn't have been as fun. Don't you see?
Yeah.
Don't you see?
This was an honorable mention.
This was a dishonorable mention. Dishonorable mention. We're going through those, and then we're going to get to the last one.
She must have heard about the FedEx driver.
I have to look up this FedEx driver story because I am not hip with it.
That's something that we're not going to get on.
I'll Google it.
A certain judge related to a certain person who didn't kill themselves.
Okay, never mind. I remember.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Whoopsies.
That information leading to the arrest of. Never mind.
We also have our Karen of the week. A woman urinates on the floor after refusing to leave a Verizon store for not wearing a mask. And no, it's not this lady. But unfortunately, no, I'm kidding.
You can't tell these days.
But so apparently,
can't make this up.
Yeah. No. This isn't made up at all. It's at the CBS Sacramento. So this is yeah.
Wait, that comes from my hometown.
Yeah.
Wait, how did I hear about that?
In a 911 call, you hear a dispatch operator tell an officer 3 people are refusing to leave, not wearing a mask. They've asked several times, and she refuses. They're calling back and advising that the female is pulling down her pants and is now inside the business. And absolutely not. That's totally inappropriate. We're not animals. Well, I mean, yeah, no one. Look, I understand if you don't want to wear a mask. I don't agree with it, but come on, you don't just piss in a Verizon store because you're pissed off. That's just, I don't understand.
Considering this is California, they're lucky she didn't crap on the floor. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
San Francisco, you just the streets your toilet. So whatever.
That's in Roseville. Roseville is the red part of the state.
If she wanted a phone, there's Amazon. She could have just ordered one. She don't have to wear a mask.
She didn't want to wait.
You didn't want to wait.
Apparently, she didn't want to wait the store either.
Clearly. Me as a distributor, did they have a restroom? Probably.
Maybe that's what it was. She was having an accident, and to save face, she said that it was a protest move.
Oh my God!
Well, what's interesting is the unmatched and unleashed headline in there. You know, of course they're going to try to say the woman is untethered and it wasn't a willful display of civil disobedience, but whatever.
Maybe she has a bowel movement.
She wasn't tearing down a statue or anything. So
right.
I was gonna say maybe she has a bowel movement problem or something. She just.
I think it was just a happy coincidence. Happy
Oh,
coincidence.
dude, I love this. I love this story.
Archie Comics. This comes from them. Please stop writing. Archie is a simp in the comments of our YouTube videos. You will receive a permanent ban from our channel. Thank you. And then what they said. Ironically, wow, this blew up. Use the code SIMP for 55% off your next order at our web store.
Wow.
Oh my
Really?
God.
All right.
Whatever.
Oh my God. I have nothing to say about this. I have nothing to say. I don't even know Archie. I guess if they have to say, Archie is not
ironic.
a simp, then he's obviously, well, you can speak for you. You can put two and two together. Oh God.
Question is though, did they actually get any extra sales?
Looks like it.
Yeah, probably. 55% off. That's not bad.
That doesn't mean people bought anything.
Well, I don't like Archie.
Well, you got
comics.
55% off there. I mean, you never know.
That's pretty good. So I guess something came out of it, but
Would you pay half price for crap?
look, no. No.
Oh, there you go.
And finally, from Bounding in the Comics, a rumor that George Lucas is going to replace Kathleen Kennedy and launch the Star Wars universe. And I just want to just real quick just get this out of the way. So I love Doomcock. I really, whoever's echoing, please hold on. Okay. Seriously, I love Doomcock. I think he's funny. I think he's great. The same, I can't help but to think about back in late 2019, late last year, when The Rise of Skywalker came out. He had a source that said 75% of The Rise of Skywalker was being reshot. This is ridiculous. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same source also said that George Lucas is going to replace Kathleen Kennedy. This is just wishful thinking. If you think that George Lucas is going to come back for a second, it's not going to happen. He's done with it. I would be happy to be proven wrong. But look, at the end of the day, this is just ridiculous. And this is just nothing but nonsense, in my opinion. And just kind of keeping that out there and just promoting this, I just don't think it's a great idea. But hey, you know what? It gets clicks. Maybe there is a valid point, and maybe there is some truth to this source that we don't know, remains anonymous. But he does say in his video, take it with a huge grain of salt. And he goes into detail how much of a grain of salt that you should take. You should take this with this is what he says. You should take this with a truckload of salt sprinkled in salt water, taffy with anchovies. Definitely.
That's about enough salt for me on my chips.
And I understand rolling with it, but at the same time, I'm done hearing about this. Like, oh, Rian Johnson is going to get fired. Like, oh, he's not going to have his trilogy. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy's going to get fired. They're going to get rid of everybody. George Lucas is coming back. This is just our thoughts. Like what some people want. It just seems like it's projecting. It's like something that we want to hear. It's just something that we want to hear. Like, oh yeah, there's a possibility that happened. We just have to face reality. It's just not going to happen anytime soon. George sold it. It's done. The sequel trilogy is not going to be remade. It's just not going to happen. I don't care about it anymore. It's already done. It's over with. It's just nonsensical at this point to even try to just casually just be like, oh, or try to what's the word for it? Just I think just try to damn it, what's the word? I don't care. It's gone. So just trying to entertain the idea is just, to me, it's just kind of ridiculous at this point. And that's all I have to say. What?
Get your fat ass off the screen and let me give you some British wisdom.
Go for it.
Right. Over here, we've got something called a royal family. Technically,
you were talking about Queenie.
technically, they're in charge of the country, but really, they're just a figurehead.
Oh, I understand that.
Even though they're still technically in charge of the country. I want to offer up a point. You said earlier that it was a crazy notion that 75% of the Rise of Skywalker had been reshot.
Within a few months of it being released, yes.
Well, what did they do with Solo?
They fired Lord and Miller.
Yes.
I believe it was 6 months away. This was just like 2 or 3. This was 2 or 3 months away. So it's like half the time, if not a third of the time. So yeah, no, that just didn't seem plausible. You can't, like, anybody who's ever made a film knows that that's not possible. So that's where I stand with that. But anybody would like to? Well, go ahead.
My thinking of this. Oh, go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think George is coming back. I think George is done with it. I think he's made his $4 billion. And I mean, like, why would he come back as an employee? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But I mean, I would like to, and I don't think I want him to come back because I saw a sequel trilogy treatment and he's doubling down on midichlorians. And no, I don't need a second shitty sequel trilogy.
If I could, real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, just real quick. Again, I think it's like Justice said, it was for clicks. It was to get views. It was to get the people who are upset with the sequel trilogy to come in and watch it. All my sources say, but don't believe. No, they're not going to recon the trilogy. And no, they're not going to have George Lucas. And no, George Lucas doesn't want to come back. I'm sure he's done. He'll just pop in to give an idea or whatever, or say how he would do it. But he doesn't care anymore. He's done. He's made his money. He's got his money. He's on, he's done. I don't, this is not true. No way.
My whole thing is, at this point, I really don't care. I mean, I'm honestly at that point. People can make stuff for clicks. They make stuff for clicks. Nobody's holding a gun to your head that says, don't go ahead and watch. So if you watch it, that's on you. And whatever opinion you form is what you form. I don't think George is coming back. If he does, maybe in a creative role. I have no freaking idea what that is. I don't see him coming back. If he does, that would be great. But considering how hard Disney screwed him over, I don't see that coming. The best thing I think is him just being buddies with Jon Favreau right now, and Jon Favreau just pretty much picking his brain for whatever he can get. But honestly, at this point, I it's just sad. As a Star Wars fan, I don't freaking care. Wake me up when something quality comes out that I should pay attention to. Other than that, I just really don't care at this point.
I mean, I'm not accusing Doomcock of anything, but it just doesn't seem to be realistic to me. It just comes across as wishful thinking. I love Doomcock. I think he's great. He's had me on his show before. I've been very gracious of just his. He's a really nice guy. But I just don't believe this. I think like it's okay.
He did say it was a rumor. So
yes, I know.
I was just offering a way that he could come back, as the source says. But my personal opinion is that I suspect the source actually got found out, and now they're just feeding shit in order to try and keep their job.
possibly.
that sounds more likely.
That or Lucasfilm literally does go out and spread all these completely crazy rumors in order to try and make us look crazy, which they've kind of done. They've kind of done before.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay, so I'll say this: Doomcock has many sources. If you have sources and friends and people that you know and you've known for years involved in different elements of production and in various forms in locations, they're gonna have conflicting information because they're only seeing something from their perspective. They only have the information to do the job that they've been given. So when I know that that's the case, I'm more likely to listen to the grain of salt. George is not coming back in anything other than maybe a creative inspiration or muse for someone else, like Lorena was describing for Jean Favreau, right? But so I don't see that happening. I don't think he would ever get into bed with Disney, exactly what Lorena said. And I can tell you that approximately 50% of the movie for the last film was shot again. So it might not have been as high as the number that was reported by other places, but it was approximately 50% of the film.
I don't agree with the timeline
That's okay.
for that.
The timeline? No, but the different elements along the way indicate that about 50% of the film had to be reshot. Not necessarily in the last 60 days, but in the last 120 days, yes.
I mean, wasn't it JJ himself in an interview who said they were working on the movie basically right up until the release date?
Well, that's every movie though.
They had six effects houses employed simultaneously to put together the special effects leading into the last couple of weeks before the film was due to be released, before they were actually getting the Asian prints together. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a discussion for another day.
Sure.
Yeah, I had a great time on this stream. It was great to get the gang back together. It was a lot of fun. We're going to go around the panel, tell the people what you got going on. First and foremost, guy who was late as usual, Rob, Everything Star Wars. He also has a great channel that I go to, and I roast all of his 12-year-old panelists that are on this stream.
Little delay. Hold on. I feel like the weatherman. Okay, got it. Anyway, my name is Rob. I'm here. You're there, and you're somewhere. Anyway, Justin, first of all, I want to say thanks for having me on again. Justin Proper is a great guy. If you haven't subscribed to him, I don't know what you're waiting for. He had a great debate. I wanted to say this, but I came late. He had a great debate with Ohio and Michigan. He did a fantastic job. I think he was robbed. I think they should have been around 7, but hey. Also, happy belated birthday to Wes. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And to end it real quick, I'm Entertainment of Star Wars, exactly what the name is. I do some entertainment stuff, do some Star Wars stuff, live streaming, the YouTubers, and I do Battlefront 2, a whole bunch of stuff, but I know we got to wrap it up, so I'll catch you next time.
Absolutely, man. And thank you, Shadzar, saying 3 cans of Beanie Weenie wasn't enough for this stream. Had to go and get an additional 6 additional cheeseburgers. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. I'm glad it was worth the 3 cans and the 6 cheeseburgers. Speaking of cheeseburgers, somebody who I'm jealous of can go to In-N-Out whenever he wants. Wes Moody of the Wes Moody webcast. Tell the people what you got going on.
I have 3 In-N-Out burgers within driving distance.
I have you. You
Stop teasing us.
Yeah, it's delicious. Love it.
Send some to me.
I'll try, but it may not taste very good by the time it gets there.
Put it in a refrigerated thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'll just drive.
There you go. I am Wes Moody of the Wes Moody webcast. I talk about pop culture, current events, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk. I vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. We're probably going to be replaying the Picard at Home Comic-Con later this evening. Whoever wants to join in the panel and in the chat, stay tuned for that. Thank you, my friends. Hope to see you there.
When is that again?
Haven't decided. Maybe in like 4 hours.
Oh, sweet. We should talk about Dave Chappelle. That'd be great.
All right. I'm down. I want to do lighter fare this time, although this is kind of depressing.
Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, guy with the great hair on the panel, Culture Casino. Tell the people what you got going on.
Well, what I have going on is a wonderful little YouTube channel, which has me on it all the time. And I talk about pop culture. I talk about the industry news. I talk about things that interest me, much like Wes does. Only I don't do the political stuff that Wes does. I go to Wes's channel to yell and scream about that stuff. But if you have the time to check out my channel, I would truly appreciate it. I'd love to give you as much information as I can about the things that I know. Also, you can check out my Twitter, where I like to insult people, and I do that regularly. So, other than that, thank you very much, and I appreciate being on here, Justin. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and I like the little music in the background. It was really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're making all of us look unprofessional.
Well,
Right. Yep. Well, best hair on YouTube. And of course, the lovely, the beautiful Reina Creole, who has a stream coming up right after this at 9 o'clock on her channel. Tell the people what you got going on.
Hey everyone, I'm Reina Creole on Twitter and here on YouTube, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. As Justin said, at 9 p.m. tonight, we are doing the Queen's Council on my channel, talking about Lando Calrissian, talking about a couple Florida Man stories, and doing some first date horror stories. So please do feel free to join us for that hilarity over there. Also tomorrow, a little bit after 9, I'm going to be showing up on Loki's Mornings of Mischief. And also tomorrow around, I think, 9 p.m., I'm going to be on Orange Hat Reviews channel doing a roundtable discussion of the second Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So please do check out my channel, subscribe. I got a couple videos coming out if I get myself in gear this weekend. But thanks so much, everyone, for coming. Love to have you here and always love being on the show.
Well, we always love having you here, Lorena. I love the Baby Yoda in the background, by the way.
Thank you. I have to get outfits for him.
And is that Stitch, too?
Actually, those are Stitch Christmas ears. They were made 1 year and 1 year only. And every time I wear them to Disney, I get offers for people to buy it from me because you can't buy it anymore.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, if you have an extra pair, never mind. Go check her out on the Queen's Council, and of course, our Dick from the UK. All right, thank you, thank you, Richard. No, go ahead.
I'm not as professional as any of these fine folks, but with our entertainment going all to hell, I'm making my own. So I'm working on a comic book now, which is going to be a lot of fun. Long-time science fiction fan, multiple franchises. So I hope what I'm working on is going to please a lot of people.
Well, I hope so too, because you're up against some terrible competition. So
yeah,
I think you're good there.
I can't do any worse, right?
Right. And of course, my name is Justin Proper. Thank you all so much for joining. Sorry about the mic issues. I'll try to work on that a little bit more. This was a fun stream. I did enjoy the John Talks stream, Ohio versus Michigan debate. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It was a lot of fun. I don't like the movie Rocky, but I respect Rocky. And I respect I respect it a lot more after what happened on that stream. So thank you all so much. And thank you, Culture Casino, for once again showing the Doomacorn. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, mate. That was awesome. Justin, don't take lessons from Gary how to use a microphone.
Nah.
Okay. I guess not. I don't know who Justny is, but I'm sure he's a great guy. Anyways, thank you all so much.
It's proper Jenny's new name.
Oh, God. Shut up!
Justini.
All right. Thank you all so much. This has been so amazing. Everyone, have a great day. Live long and proper. We will see you all next week, probably at 7 p.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody.
Well, thanks to the lame-ass security, I'm going home.
Don't sniff glue.